Well, hello there and good Monday morning. My name is John Boggs. I am the founder of the Business and Leadership Division of the Brave Thinking Institute, where I also serve as CEO. And this is Monday Morning Mindset, where we as leaders gather to set our intention on having an amazing week. And today is a very special today, and I'm excited that I have a brand new very special invitation for you today. So today is Monday, March 8th. That also happens to be International Women's Day. And so in celebration of International Women's Day this morning when I got up, I was thinking about the women that I believe have been inspirational leaders, women that have shared experience and stories and impact that have added to my ability to be a better leader. And there are, of course, many more than I have the opportunity to talk about today. I think the biggest two would be my own mother and my own wife, I believe, are amazing leaders. But those aren't the two that I'm going to choose to talk about today. I'm going to talk about two and a lesson that I've learned from each one that I believe has made me a better leader today. And you have the opportunity to be a better leader with these same principles. So the first, and remember, at the very end of this video, I have a special invitation that I am going to give you that I think you're going to love. So the first woman that I want to focus on here on International Women's Day as a transformational leader is Eleanor Roosevelt. Eleanor Roosevelt was the first lady of the United States, the wife of Franklin Delano Roosevelt, and an amazing leader in her own right. So what lessons do we have to learn from Eleanor Roosevelt's leadership? There are really two big ones that I use, frankly, on an ongoing, regular basis that are lessons from her that have inspired me and have given me strength as a leader. So real quick, a little backstory about her. She was a very tall woman. She was a very physically strong presence to be around. She did not fit the mold of what you would consider typical female beauty in the early 20th century. And because of that, she was ridiculed incessantly in the newspapers. So when you think about being someone that's in the public spotlight and people are picking on you, how do you handle that? How do you move forward with strength in your life? Really a great question. There are two things that she said that really helped guide her forward, that gave her strength. The first of which, and those same things today give me strength. The first of which was this: all the water in the world can't drown you unless it gets in you. Very, very key point for a leader. Everybody's got an opinion. Everybody's got an idea. Everyone thinks they know what's most important. And so for her, she had her own vision of what she wanted to create. You know, Eleanor Roosevelt was one of the visionaries to help create the United Nations. She encouraged the United States to join the United Nations. She was the first representative of the U.S. to the United Nations. She was the chair of the committee that created the Declaration for Human Rights, a document that since the Magna Carta, there had been no update to a document, a global idea that was put into writing around what it meant to be human and what kind of rights do humans have. She led that charge. She did many other amazing things, but for her, she had to be able to stand strong for what she believed, and she knew that no matter what others' opinions were, it couldn't affect her unless it got in her. So the question to ask ourselves is, where in my life am I allowing others' opinion to rattle me? And is it really important? We've all heard the saying, what others think of me is none of my business. I think that's a great line. The other quote for her was, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. So anytime someone else is sharing an opinion, anytime someone else is saying to me, this is what I think of you, the truth of the matter is, the only thing that matters is, what do I believe? I decide whether I'm going to get rattled by it or not. It's not about what they think. Great lesson from Eleanor Roosevelt. Great lesson. The second person that and has absolutely helped me, times where I felt that I was maybe going to change what I believed or done based on what someone else said or thought and shared. Come back to, what do I believe? What's most important to me? What am I in love with? What can I stand behind? Thank you, Eleanor Roosevelt, for that strength. The second person that I want to highlight today took a stand for herself, her own powerful leadership moment in 1955. And the place that she took that stand is still available today to go and visit in Greenfield Village, Michigan, because Henry Ford believed enough in that moment to gather the place, the vehicle in which she took the stand, and restore it and put it in a living museum called Greenfield Village up in Dearborn, Michigan, with full of amazing artifacts. Places like the Wright Brothers bicycle shop is there, and Thomas Edison's workshop laboratory where he created the light bulb. And there is a bus that was a place where Rosa Parks took a stand in 1955. I've had a chance to go to Greenfield Village and to walk on that bus and sit in the seat where Rosa Parks was unwilling to move. You see, the bus driver told her, because she was a colored woman, that she needed to go to the back of the bus. That was the rule in those days. And frankly, he carried a gun, which he was legally allowed to do, and she wasn't following the law. He, by legal right, had the opportunity, if he so chose, to shoot her. Her life was on the line. And no longer was Rosa Parks willing to move to the back of the bus. And she took a stand for herself. And that absolutely was one of the critical moves that created the civil rights movement of the 1960s, Rosa Parks' move. An amazing opportunity. And so I'm so inspired by that, because it helps me ask the question, where have I been willing to move to the back of the bus in my own life? Where have I been unwilling to take a stand for what's most important to me? And I'm not talking just about political things or what we believe about the world at large, but also the little things that matter to me in my own life today. My own health and well-being. Is it time to take a stand for a greater sense of health and well-being in my life? Is it time to take a stand for better communication in my relationships? Where is it time to take a stand for making a difference in my work, contributing more to my employer, my employees, the teammates that I work with? When I sat in her seat, it was so inspiring, and it invoked those questions for me. So I ask you today, where are you willing to take a new stand? That is a great leadership question to be asking ourselves. And I encourage you to answer it. And if you feel so inspired, put it in the chat for us. We're willing to take a stand with you for the things that matter to you. So one of the things that matters to me, and this is an opportunity for you to be invited for a special gathering that I'm going to do this Wednesday. One of the things that matters to me is creating more transformational leadership on our planet. People that are more heart-centered, people that care, people that absolutely want to achieve their goals and their dreams, people that want to make a lot of money and make a difference, but in a very positive way, a way that is increasing the good all around us. And so I have an opportunity for you. I am going to unveil for the first time ever publicly the 7 hidden laws of leadership. You see, there are 7 principles that if you employ can absolutely make a difference for your leadership. I, up until now, have only revealed all 7 in a private event, a retreat that I do on an annual basis in Concord, Massachusetts. We've done that retreat virtually last year because of what's going on in our world. We will do the retreat again this coming October. And some of us will be gathering to do a deep dive into these 7 principles. But I'm going to give them to you on Wednesday, sorry, not Saturday, Wednesday afternoon. And there's a link in the description of this video that you can click to register and save your seat to join me on Wednesday, where I will reveal the 7 hidden laws of leadership. I'm going to give them to you you can begin to put them into practice. And I'll have an invitation there where we can do some deeper work together. But regardless, today is International Women's Day. Let's celebrate the amazing, powerful female leaders in our world, in our lives. I am so inspired by the amazing women that I have the privilege to work with on a daily basis and to study and bring more of their lessons to life in my own life. And I hope that you do that as well. So if you enjoyed this video, share it with others that matter to you. And I look forward to seeing you on Wednesday. Until then, everybody, Monday Morning Mindset, make it a great, great week. Take care. Bye-bye.